Welcome back to Project Play's Let's Play. Well, we're playing Without and Within again. Excuse me, while I adjust to my ass in my chair. And we're gonna go and dive right into this. And so I returned to the busiest street in my area. With my calligraphy spread before me, I sat on the concrete and rested my back against the fence. Car horns blared behind me, mixed with people shouting things about each other's mothers. Sounds like Call of Duty. These cars kept exploding fumes that made me choke, just one of the many things I dealt with in the name of art. Pedestrians took up almost every inch of space on the street ahead. Surely this would be the day when somebody spotted my talent. That's what I say about YouTube every day, but no one seems to believe me. Dot dot dot. Dot 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 dot. Dot 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 dot. As always, no one afforded me anything more than a passing glance, and my will soon dwindled. Let me be honest, I never expected to be showered with praise by every head who passed here. Oh yes you did, I was in the last episode. Don't you lie to me, you cheeky girl, you. What was that old saying? 10% of the people who reached out will buy your work. I can live with that, even just 1%, please. Anything but 0. Man, this part right here, I can relate to. Literally, every little bit of it, I can relate to. You listening right now, thank you. Really, thank you. If you stuck around long enough to watch the second episode of me reading out loud to you, amazing. You're great. I wanted to scream at these people. They had no idea how much sweat I poured into these calligraphies. Well, probably don't tell them that. Most people don't want to buy other people's sweat. Speaking from personal experience. Persevere. I decided to keep these displeasures to myself. People often said patience would be rewarded. I wondered if my patience would ever become worthwhile. Just as I thought, a man paused to look at my calligraphies. He had a bucket of fried chicken in his hand. The smell made my mouth water. As the man eyed my works one by one, I felt my cheeks heating up from anticipation. At last, someone who spared more than a moment with my works. This must be reward. The timing could hardly be more perfect. I summoned the courage to speak with the man, but he spoke first. You're charging for these? I managed a tiny nod. The man snorted. I would never hang these on my wall, even if you gave them to me for free. Seriously, this is the most shameless display I've ever seen. Well, sir, you can take that opinion and shove it right up where the sun don't shine. Seriously, there's nothing more painful than having your artistic work, regardless of lack of skill or whatever it may be. God damn it, that's a train. Hold on. There we go. Alright, sorry about that. Cannot wait for that problem to no longer exist. Alright, back into it. Ellipsis. Trolls online were one thing. Tell me about it. Confronting one in real life was a rarity, judging from the man's scrawny arms, and by the way, it's not that big of a rarity. I bet I could overpower him with ease. Then he would know just how big of a blunder he had made. Restrain. Always restrain. Don't attack your trolls. Don't engage them. Just, if you get a hate comment, just ignore it. Continue on with what you do. If you love it, doesn't matter what that person thinks. Continue with what you love. Folks always said to ignore trolls. Boom! My own advice. Right there. I clenched my teeth and stayed put. After chuckling in my face, the man started off. Determined to prove him wrong, I continued to sit and wait for potential customers. Good for you, girl. Sorry about your little tear. Let me wipe that away. I don't know if you can see my mouse or not, but I was trying to wipe it away. Another 1,000 people walked by without sparing me a look. 1,000? Holy moly, where are you sitting? Lingering here any longer would be the waste of time. As I packed my things, I insisted I was leaving because my part-time job started in an hour. Deep inside, I knew that man's words had rocked my confidence. I can speak from experience. I've had a couple hate comments. I had a channel before this channel where it wasn't the highest quality of work, but it was work that I was happy to do, and it was a lot of fun. I was just being silly. I got quite a few hate comments in those, and having little experience with hate comments at the time, they really did shake my confidence. Giving up on calligraphy would mean I had wasted all this time over nothing, yet if I lacked the gift, persevering might make things worse. Tears welled in my eyes and I clenched my fists to hold them back. Sorry, girl. Speaking of tears, I heard a kid crying within the crowd. It looked like we had lost a child on our hands. Oh, it looks like we had a lost child. Okay. Some pedestrians shot him glances, but none of them offered more than that. People are dicks. What can I say? We really were horrible people. To cheer myself up, I told myself I would never want my calligraphies to be owned by people like that. I should help the kid, but that would mean being late for my job. Help. Come on. This has got to be the good choice. If I judge others for abandoning a child and did the same myself, I'd be a jerk and a hypocrite. With a sigh, I walked up to the boy. There, it's okay. Did you lose your mummy? The boy was sobbing too hard to answer. I leaned in to stroke his back with one hand and his head with the other. What are you, like, how are you doing that? I don't know. The physics of that, I don't understand. Let me know if you lost mummy, okay? Okay? I'll help you find her, so there's no need to be scared. I'm so good at reading, I hesitate. The kid managed to nod at last and whispered, good boy, and I whispered good boy into his ear. He's not a dog. What's your mummy's name? Hungry? Her name is Hungry? The boy's tummy growled and I realized what he meant. Oh, well, how about I buy you a sandwich? The kid shook his head. I want ice cream. Hey kid, ice cream is more of a dessert, actually. I want ice cream. I want ice cream. And so ice cream it was. One for him and none for me. The money came out of my pocket, of course. My poor wallet. At least this kid could have eaten the whole thing rather than let half of it melt in his shirt. Hey. How old's this kid? Some kids do that shit. Oh. Jesse, the boy said. That's my mommy's name. Jesse. I called it short along the street. Now people stared at me more than ever. Enough to make me blush. People are dicks. Maybe I should try shouting Jesse at random the next time I sold my calligraphies. Whatever. The sky turned orange as time ticked by. Yes, I knew my shift started half an hour ago. Stop reminding me. The woman squeezed through the crowd and scurried toward us. She ran past a red light, nearly getting hit by a truck in the process. Mommy! The boy shook free of my hold and rushed into his mother's embrace. After muttering apologies to her son, the woman gazed toward me. Oh, thank you so much for your help. You're wonderful. Just wonderful. Just amazing. The torrent of praises curled my lips into a stupid grin. Anyone would have done the same thing. In reality, no one did the same thing. Please, if there's anything I can do in return, just let me know, the mother said. Actually, there is something I need help with. Anything in my power, miss. Which way back to the train station? You couldn't ask her for a ride, anything else? I mean, who knows what kind of abilities this woman had. She may have been the first lady. You don't know that. I don't know what country you're in, but geez. The sky had gone dark by the time I arrived at work. I opened the restaurant door gingerly to avoid making any noise. Stealth mode switched on. They called me Ninja Venti for a reason. Why did they call you Ninja Venti? That's the sort of information I need to know. That's a backstory right there that I'm not getting. Miss Venti! I hope it's a dude. The voice of my boss nearly made me jump into the ceiling fan. Sorry, I'm late. Wanted to explain, my boss glared at me. My tongue slurred out a bunch of syllables. My explanation was in there somewhere. Probably. Maybe. I received an earful from my boss, but at least I got to keep my job. Several colleagues shot me frowns for not being here during such a busy period. In the end, I took all the blame without a complaint. Well, at one point I locked myself in a toilet and screamed into the bowl. How I would never put my face that close to other people's feces. I also might or might not have been fantasizing about dunking my workmate's heads in the toilet. Plus she was fantasizing about drinking the toilet. That was for me alone to know, though. At least I earned the paycheck needed to keep my landlady quiet for another month. As for the month after that, we would see when that time came. All I wanted was to pursue my art, but reality kept pressuring me toward finding a second job. Oh god, tell me about it. Tell me about it. I've literally been struggling with the fact that I need a second job. I do need a second job in order to go anywhere. But I don't have the time. I want to do this stuff. I want to do this stuff. This stuff's too much fun not to have a second job. I also want to do film, but that's a different beast. On my way home, I spotted a banner for an upcoming visual novel named Princess Aria. No, meta! The game had long been hyped on every forum I knew. Amazing art along with a cast of famous voice actors. It's not a visual novel if it has voice actors. The writer and composer were big names too. I don't know what this is. Whatever. Am I a famous voice actor? Is this like an alternate reality? I don't know. For Princess Aria to have an ad this big, there must be a lot of money put behind the project. The way this banner hung high gave me the sense it was extra important. Bright lights shone on the princess's face to impress potential players. And horny teenagers, I'm sure. Yes, that was what I really needed. If I had a banner like that, no doubt people would line up to buy my calligraphy. I could already imagine how folks would react as I walked along the streets. Hey, I think that was Venti. Whoa, no way! You mean that famous calligrapher you see on all the banners? Yeah, she must be really good. Maybe we should ask for her autograph. My agent would then step in and speak on my behalf. Please line up in an orderly fashion, everyone. How much for an autograph? Shut up and take my money! My agent nodded in response. Autographs are available for $100. Thanks. That'd be $100. Thanks, the game shop's owner said. Princess Aria cost twice what I had predicted. If I bought the game, I would have too little left for rent. I opened my wallet, hoping I might have more cash on hand, then realized Turned out I had less. Seriously, this game is speaking to like every bone in my body. I hung my head and the storekeeper sighed. His arched eyebrows pressured me into buying a game. Well, screw that, dude. I did ride 3 trains to get here. Might as well pick up something. I told the shopkeeper how much money I had and he shook his head. The store owner pulled out a different game from under his table. He brushed away the dust on it so I could see the cover. Title read Snowflower War. Some visual novel about the battlefield. Copyright 1997. And sometimes the old games are the best. No wonder it was so cheap. Art by Invert Mouse, whoever the heck that was. The front cover would fit perfectly in a carton guard. Those words. I flipped the case to see what was highlighted on the back. This game supported up to 640 480p resolution. Truly the pinnacle of technology. Don't knock it till you try it. The shopkeeper grimaced. He must have sensed I wanted to say no. His stare made my palms stain with sweat, and I ended up buying the game. Dealing with folks like that had always been a weakness of mine. Reminded me to never visit this store again. What's happening next? Looks like a loading screen to me. Well, I will read this next time, alright? It seems like we've run out of time for this episode. I've gone a little bit over, actually, so I hope that you guys have enjoyed this. If not, well, I apologize for that, too. So, if you like it, like, comment, subscribe, do all those things that YouTube requires you to do, and that I would enjoy you to do. I appreciate you listening this far. If you've made it this far, you truly are a fan, or at least you're thinking about becoming one. And I think that you're a wonderful person for doing so, because this is really a difficult thing to do. But I love doing it. It's super fun, and I hope that you enjoy listening to me rant on. So I will see you in the next journey. Laters!